The first one heart bid is certainly a transfer, and I think that over 1-0 trump, they play transfers as well.
Yes, but then it seems a little bit lazy that Chip Martel didn't show his 4-card heart in the third round.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think he probably could have transferred with 2 diamonds, transferring to hearts. That would show 5-4 rather than the 6-4 he has. And presumably he could have transferred with 2 hearts and then bid 3 hearts. No, I don't know. I guess he decided not to show them. He knew they had an 8-card spade fit.
There's one way or another. It should be possible to show 6-4.
I'm sure that they have a way to do it, and he just decided not to for whatever reason here. I think that when he broke the transfer and bid 1-0 trump, it showed a strong hand, a hand too strong to open 1-0 trump.
In the closed room, over the 1 club opening, South did overcall 2 clubs, then 2 spades, 2 no, and West bid 3 hearts.
So a game swing on the first board to Bulgaria. Not what USA2 needed after going down in the first set, but there's a lot of bridge to be played.
Yes, still close to 80 boards. I see that East-West managed 10 tricks in the closed room, but 1 a spade loser, at least 1 heart loser, 2 diamond losers. So it would be now they are playing. If you have to choose to play a 7-card fit, then I normally prefer to play in the 5-2 and not in the 4-3. How about you, Adam?
Yes, the 5-2 is usually the better contract. You can usually handle bad splits better and take taps a little better. Of course, there's a chance here that you're in a 5-3 heart fit. Opener could have 5-3. But the biggest reason I think to take the preference is that there's a reasonable chance of a game. I'm not sure that East-West play Gazilli or anything where 2 hearts is narrowly limited. So with 9 points, if your partner could easily have 16 or 17, you usually take that preference back to spades since you want to bid a game if he bids again.
Good point.
I don't see anything on their card about Gazilli, but I'm not sure what they play.
Very few of the American top pairs play Gazilli. Isn't that right, Adam?
Yeah, I'm surprised that more don't, but yeah, not that many do. Al tells us that they do not. For those of you who might not be aware, Gazilli is a two-club rebid by opener of a major one-note trump that either shows a strong hand or usually it's clubs. Some people play it different ways, but it's a way to distinguish and differentiate your stronger hands, which are often a problem bidding in standard bidding. So in a standard context, this two-heart rebid has a range of about 11 up to maybe 17, 18, which is pretty wide. It puts a lot of pressure on responder.
The Gazilli convention was first played, of course, by the Italians, but now it's very common in Europe, and in Sweden they have their special variation of the convention called hex, which is the Swedish word for witch. Now the club finesse will give the player 8 tricks, 4 spades, 2 hearts and 2 clubs. So it looks like another 2 imps for the Bulgarians.
Yeah, he's thinking about it a little bit, I guess, but he doesn't have much choice other than taking this finesse and clubs. So he's choosing just to run his spades here, and South can rough in, but I don't think that's going to work. He can just get out a diamond, and Declare's going to end up having to play clubs from his hand.
Hoping for an end play against South. with a jack of diamond in south, I think he is in good shape.
Yes, it looks like he's probably going to end up with North having to lead a club, which will accomplish about the same thing as taking the club nest himself. So this line is basically playing for the jack of diamonds on side rather than the other line playing for the king of clubs on side. I'm not sure why one was better than the other.
I expect him to survive, but I don't agree in the way he plays the contract.
Yeah, he ended up having to rely on the club finesse anyway, and if the jack of diamonds had been off, he would have lost that as well. So it didn't seem to improve his chances any. But I've learned my lesson about second guessing these worlds.
Yes and no. Sometimes they do, but they are only human.
Yeah, it's just so easy to get lulled into, you know, a false sense of the obvious looking at all four hands.
Yes, as a commentator, you should try to be a fly on the shoulder of the declare and only see what declare see. But that's very difficult.
So the two-spade video here, it looks like, is a two-suiter with spades and a minor. And that's going to put a lot of pressure on East-West here, but I can't imagine he's not bidding over four hearts, or sorry, over four spades. So 4-no trump is a two-suited takeout.
Yes, and level 8, 5 diamond. West will for sure bid for clubs, because partner could have clubs and hearts also.
Right. Yeah, and it'll correct at the diamonds, and there will go, which is where they ended up in the other room, and 5 diamonds looks pretty boring.
How about 5 spades?
Yeah, it looks like it's only a down 1 sacrifice with everything on side. One diamond, one club, one heart, if you get the spades right.
It's the 4-note sum. Make it easier to find the winning play in spades. Not
Yes,
obvious,
for sure.
but easier.
Yeah, for sure. It's hard to bid 5 over 5 even at this vulnerability, especially with as much stuff in the red suits as North has. And only 2 clubs, there's a good chance of, a couple of his partner's club tricks are going to cash. So hard to fault him for not bidding on here. So it looks like Declarer's got to lose a club and a heart, and he can rough the hearts out to set the rest of the suit up.
He will probably play the hearts with a queen of hearts from dummy.
That would certainly be my choice.
There was an old saying that the 5 level belongs to the opponent. Some years ago, partner changed that saying. He said level belongs to Peter.
I like that. I had a mentor that never bid 5 over 5 unless you're right. Okay, so a push on that one. Board 20. Oh, that went for 800 in the other room.
Good board for USA. Collect 800 out of thin air. How about 4 spades?
Yeah, it looks like they can.
4 spades is a mate.
Yeah, it looks like they can make 4 spades. So it's a good result for USA2 in the other room, but not amazing.
Did you see how they reached 3 diamond? East open 3 diamond. Pass, pass, double. Pass, pass, pass.
I'm a little surprised that North didn't open a spade in the other room. I think at this vulnerability, Moss and Grew played 2 over 1, so they're a lot more sound. But still, with such a concentrated hand, I would expect most players in the Bermuda Bowl to open that hand.
Yes, but it's much easier here, where North-South play a variation of position. I think their position is closer to Polish club, but we will find out.
Well, West is getting in the act now with a double. Diamonds, I guess. But I imagine North-South are going to find their way into 4 spades here.
The South 3 diamond must set spade as trump, at least in writing. When North did 4 spades, I expect that 3 diamonds was game forcing.
Well, you know, for them, looking at the way I've seen them open, this is actually a pretty solid opener. And with shortness in the opponent's suit, looks pretty good. So even if 3 diamonds isn't game forcing, I can see North jumping to game here.
But if North shows extra values by bidding 4 spades, then for sure South should be worth another bid.
Well,
But that's not standard for them. Standard is at least about 10 high card points.
so that means he has a normal opening bid plus a singleton in the opponent's suit. That seems like enough to accept the invitation to me. Especially Reddit imps, you know, you want to be able to shoot out a game if it's going to be close. So, you know, if I have real extra values in this sort of situation, I would Q bid something. So I don't think South is worth another call, especially knowing his partner is limited.
The reason for 800 in the closed room was that the player lost a club trick. It was a spade lead, and then diamond back to 10 and king, and now the player on the jack of clubs. That was not the winning play. So it looks like 4 imps back for USA.
Well, they need it. They need to stop the bleeding.
Okay, only 10 tricks.
Yeah, interesting play there in the heart. 2 trumps to rough stuff with. Just an over trick. I guess they're taking a little break here.
They haven't played very fast here in the open room. In the closed room, they are 3 boards ahead.
Yeah, Fleischer and Martel are a notoriously slow pair. I think Fleischer's pretty well known for frequent bathroom breaks too. So that might be what we're waiting for. So in the other room, after 2 passes, Gru opened the south hand with 1 heart. And they got a 1-no trump overcall, and they bought the pot in 2 hearts. So here we have a more normal 1 diamond opener. That's going to make it tougher for North to bid. It's tempting to want to bid with the north hand, but vulnerable with no fit for partner. I would expect him to pass. Well, what do I know?
Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. Hello, Peter. Hello, Adam. It's Adam, right? Oh, just fine. Glad you could make it. I've been teaching. Just finished.
Well, this doesn't look like a very fun position here for north-south.
No.
Can they escape in 3 clubs?
Well, they can escape in 2 spades undoubled vulnerable because no one is going to bid anymore. I don't like 2 spades, I must confess. Opposite a limited opener, 11-15, with likely long diamonds, when I have a singleton, I don't think you should bid.
Yeah.
In 3
It's
clubs
tougher.
there are only 4 losers. But the problem is there are 9 tricks. the hard 3-3.
Oh, now two spades makes sense. So spades and a minor, and South will have a minor
yes.
on this auction. Have clubs, yes. Oh, now it makes sense after after the alert.
Yes, that makes the whole auction make a lot more sense.
And I expect 3 clubs. Winner.
I think so. No
It's
rough
interesting for them to have
clubs.
that agreement when an opening 2 spade would mean basically the same thing.
Yes, but apparently they played 2 diamonds as hearts and 2 spades as spades and 2 spades as spades and a minor. How do they show hearts and a minor, I wonder? Maybe they can't.
They probably
Some people use
You know
they
what?
probably play over 1 diamond, 1 no trump. They bid the same system as if opponents open 1 no.
Mm-hmm. Exactly what we see so often. If it goes like a natural 1 club and they overcall 1 no trump, you can bid 2 clubs now for the majors. So as if your right-hand opponent had opened 1 no trump. Stamen, if you like.
Crew did, South, in 3rd seed.
I see. In 3rd seed, where they play standard vulnerable, right? Standard 201. Yeah, I don't like 1 heart. I like 1 diamond. I would have opened, but I would have opened 1 diamond. I would normally open one club before first, than I do, but not with a singleton spade. Then 1 diamond, so I can rebid 2 clubs. I have to lie somehow if my partner responds 1 spade.
Yeah, I think a 1 spade opening with 4 spades and 1 heart has a lot more going for it than the 1 heart with 1 spade and 4 hearts.
I did the first set this morning in the other semi-final. France against New Zealand. It was a very poor set for the Kiwis. And it's not any better now. I just saw. So they're way behind, like 45 behind at the moment. Very bad start for them. Almost 50 behind.
And as Adam and I discussed, friends had the same start against USA2 like they 2 days ago had against USA1.
Yes, Bulgaria has a strong team, and I don't know if you're aware of that, Adam, but in my view, they don't even have their best pair on Stamatov and Danailov.
No,
Yeah,
we talked about that, Roland, but looks like they have a very strong line out line up without them.
Yeah, they've played very well so far, for sure. These are not well-known names in the States, these Bulgarians.
Well, the pair I mentioned won nationals, did they not?
Yeah, they're a little better than him at least. I'm sure that the U.S. teams, though, they're both very well coached and well prepared. I'm sure they did their homework and knew what to expect going in.
Interesting result from the close to home. 4-0 Trump doubled, making with an overtrick.
Now that is a very unusual contract. One heart by East, understandable in the context of a precision system. Then you have an opener, no problem there. Two clubs by West, game forcing. Two hearts, Michaels. Two spades by South. What on earth was two spades? Oh, he had, of course, he had to give preference. He didn't want to go to the 3 level, to the 3 diamonds, so he just 2 spades. Okay, 3 hearts, pass 4 hearts, and South doubled 4 hearts. West pulled to 4 no trumps, and North doubled. But when did partner promise any values other than many hearts?
And after the board, for sure, South regret his doubling at 4 hearts. Because against 4 hearts, it's like down 2. But South was just 2. If he had passed, he would have collected probably 200.
Yep. And South here,
2 diamond tricks, a club, and at least 2 hearts. Could even go for 300.
But listen,
yeah,
listen, should 4 no trumps not have gone down? I mean, they gave the contract, didn't they? I don't think it was that was the problem. It was the defense that was the problem. The problem was the lead of the ace of diamonds.
somebody's been reading David Bird's books. But here in this, at our table, South had a very similar decision here and chose to pass 4 hearts out. The 3 diamond bid by East was a transfer Lebensall.
What a board for Bulgaria. This will go many down. And they have, what, 8-10 in the other room?
Yeah, this will be a big swing.
What is it? Is it 14?
Well, if it goes 4 down, I lost count. Is it 14? I think it is. 15? It's 14 or 15. 15. What's best for South here? Looks like it's best to cover. And then Martel will try the Jack of Clubs from hand. But Stefanov has seen that before, I'm sure.
He's going to have to stop it and rethink things a little bit after split.
So another spade will really hurt. Wow. Here comes the rough, and now comes the diamond through. Yeah, that's 400. You may argue that you shouldn't double 4 hearts. That's what South did in the other room. But if you can't double what they may run to, and that's what partner did against 4 no trumps, but then again they could have defeated the contract. It would still have been a loss, but not this big a loss.
Yeah, it's hard to criticize someone too much for doubling a contract that's going to go off, what, 3 or 4 here? Especially when partner has shown stuff.
In the Venice Cup, the England 4 hearts, they didn't run anywhere, and they got 800. The other table, 3 no trumps down 1 after the lead of the Queen of Diamonds ducked. North-South were silent in the auction.
Another crazy result at the other hole. 800 in 5 diamonds doubled by East-West.
Yes, but North-South were in 4 spades. How is 4 spades? Have a spade loser, a heart loser, and a diamond loser.
800 is not a disaster. A million, 5 imps.
should only be 5 imps as in board 20.
Seems like he should be able to hold it to down 2 in 5 diamonds, doesn't it? Maybe not on a heart lead.
No, I doubt it. North-South will get to game. South will bid 2 spades. And North has an easy race.
Oh, I see the club lead gives him a rough. Makes it harder. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not a noble sacrifice, 5 diamonds. But looking at 2 aces and a spade void, your partner may well have a spade trick or 2. I'm not sure I would do it red on red.
May fear that they have 2 spade losers after 2 no trumps. So he may not bid 4. Or maybe he has bid 4 already. North and east on the same side of the screen, and the operator won't enter any. Now someone will double.
I don't know, with 2 aces and my partner just bid 2 no trump, I think I'd try to set 4 spades.
But the defense in the closed room was very accurate. It was a small club led to the queen, and now a small club pack, not setting up for the clear. That means that North-South had time to develop 2 hard tricks and 3 club tricks. Ace queen and a off, eller queen and a off, and
Yeah, that is a nice defense.
Yeah, and it's a nice defense here also, because if he had tried to cash a spade, they could only get it 2 down. He had to go.
yes, but it's also only down 2 if North take up.
The 8 or the 10 here, it's wrong to play.
This is the key point for down 2 or down 3.
That's a good
Yes.
good point, Roland. The 10 or the 8 is a classic false card, so the the defender can't see the 3 his partner might have led from.
Oh, but I think
Down to-
Bulgarians lead low from a doubleton, Adam.
Aha, so you have to do it backwards.
You have to do it backwards. You should follow the 3 from 8-7.
You got to know your opponent's carding methods before you can false card accurately.
So 7 imps, say, a very nice defensive play in the closed room by Marcin North.
So that's a well-earned swing to the USA2 team.
But still the carding must have, because in the closed room East also followed with the 3 of clubs. Moscow almost as his partner had a singleton.
It might be a little easier in the other room too, where South had opened a weak 2 in spades rather than a 1 spade opening.
Yeah, but East in the other room should have false carded with the 8 because they lead high from a doubleton.
So the 3 of clubs proved for North that his partner has a singleton.
But knowing that your partner opened a vulnerable weak 2 bid when you play pretty sound preempts, seeing Queen 9/4 in the dummy, you probably know he's got the Ace-King. If he's chosen to lead a side suit, it's a pretty good bet it's a singleton. So a few, definitely a very good defense.
Yes, but also here South has shown a 6-card spade suit. So North knows his partner has Ace-King of spades. There are easy 8 tricks in a 3-0, but I'm still looking for the 9th trick. North-South has 25 high card points and it's absolutely a normal 3-0.
Yeah.
I think Moss is still looking for that 9th trick too, and they're about 5 boards past us.
But he did very well in the other room, didn't he, when he led a top spade rather than a low spade.
He would have done
So he led
even better to.
well, true, but a low spade would have given the contract. So he led the top spade and switched to the Queen of Hearts.
And the switch to the Queen of Hearts was given by the bidding, where North have showed they only have a doubleton heart. So North with Queen 9 looked like a very good shift.
Yes, South bid 3 clubs, probably a diamond suit, not alerted, but it was a diamond suit. North bid 3 South 3 spades, probably a transfer to 3 no trumps. Same here. Why do you all think that East will lead a top spade? I can find many players who would lead a low spade.
No alert on 3 clubs. I think 3 clubs is a transfer showing a diamond suit.
Now, the lead is crucial.
Yes, there's lots of ways for the defense to go wrong here.
Well, I'm asked, how can you beat 3 no trumps in South? Well, maybe you can't, but it's not an issue really, is it? I mean, because North opened 1 no trump. Well, you still actually. Never mind. He found a top spade. That's the first hurdle.
Oh yes, but it means also that a spade lead from west will give the same result.
I don't know what to do. Attitude situation, Adam, or is it a count situation?
I would imagine it's an attitude situation. I mean, when partner leads from the king-queen, you have to avoid this Bath coup. So I'm pretty sure that they play attitude here. The hold-up from the ace-jack position here, tricks in the book, it's called a Bath coup. It never works anymore. I actually pulled one off at the club the other day.
Excellent. Yeah, it comes from whist, actually.
But you might pull it off at the club, but not in the Bermuda Bowl.
That's right. And Bath has nothing to do with the Bath top. It has something to do with the city of Bath in the county of Somerset in England.
So identical defense at this table. Top spade and then switch to the Queen of Hearts. So it's so important for West to give a good, clear attitude signal on that top spade lead to say, I don't have the ace or the jack. It's dangerous to continue this suit. And that's what his...
afford the seven of spades? Yes, I think so.
Yeah, they play upside down attitude, so that's what the seven of spades meant. Discouraging. A lot of pairs who play upside down attitude have started playing standard at trick one against no trump, because it helps unblock in certain situations. But I guess Martel and Fleischer have not adopted that philosophy.
And the match between France and New Zealand. France is now up 6-8. In the Venice Cup, the England ladies up 71-25 against Sweden, and the seniors post matches very close. Well done by Fleischer.
Yeah, I think we forgot the match in the Venice Cup between China and Poland. China leading there by a healthy margin. Well, they will still have to defend very well here. If, say, de Clara wins this and plays another heart.
Then West can shift to spade.
Yep, duck to East if it's a low spade back, and now East will have to switch to a low club to defeat it.
I would guess that West would shift to the 10 of spades, but maybe not.
I think so too. When partner knows that you have at least 4 spades, I think you should play the 10. But he's going for it. He's going to play another heart. No doubt about it. Yeah, there we go. How could he afford the 7 of spades? But they can still defeat it. Either the 10 of spades. 10 of spades is good enough. Low spade is good enough as long as he switches to a low club.
By the way, in the Venice Cup, the match was between Poland and China. There are only 20 in that match.
Then of course it would have been nice if Martel still had the 7 of spades, you see, so he could continue spades, but he can't now.
An unusual advertisement for standard carding at Trick 1.
Than for upside down count. How is he supposed to know the partner didn't start with 10, 7, 6 rather than 10, 7, 5?
He
That's a North open to heart in the other room.
Yes, Alama, you told me that the Bulgarian normally open on 8-9 points, and I claimed that they normally need 10 points.
Well, they were doing some wild stuff yesterday. I don't know if it was because they were down in the match. But I certainly expected North to open this hand.
Would any of you have doubled one spade? That's a pass out?
Yes.
Yeah, it seems pretty reasonable. especially being so limited by the pass.
To East-West play constructive two spade bits.
They played Drury, Peter, and the two spade is limited. I mean, he doesn't have 9 good points, right? Or he would have beat Drury.
So Martel has the 6th spade, a lot of losers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 losers. He can't expect 4 tricks by his partner.
Well, if you get the hearts right, if you get the spades right, that's 6 tricks, 8.
And a heart lead would give you the 9th trick.
Yeah, not hard to imagine a 9th trick coming through, but there's no reason to get the spades right. If there had been a takeout double, I think he would, but without it, he's very likely to play ace and king, play for the drop.
He has nothing
But
to go by.
as we see, a club lead would have been total killing for the club in spades. Then there are 3 club losers, 2 diamond losers, 1 spade and 1 heart. You'll end up with only 6 tricks. Now he has a chance.
Now, if they lead 4th best, then declarer knows that North has at least 4, maybe 5 hearts. If he has 5 hearts, then South has 2 hearts. And since it's very close between going for the drop and finessing, it may just mess up, thinking that North has more hearts than South. Well, definitely, maybe even 5-2. But it didn't happen.
But there's also the fact that North didn't make a takeout double, which he might have with the singleton.
Oh yeah, he did well to keep quiet.
He certainly did.
Yes and no. If North double, East would probably still be 2 spades, but South then would be 2 no-winners. And on a club lead, there are no way to 9 tricks.
The information that North led a heart and looks likely to have more hearts than partner is information, but it's the Monty Hall fallacy that, of course, he has more cards in the suit that he chose to lead. He chose to lead that suit for a reason. So the fact that he he has more heart in the suit that he led is not that much information for declarer.
But, Adam, if you know that hearts are 5-2, isn't it more likely that south has more spades than north?
Roland, you don't know 5-2. They could still be 4-3.
I didn't say that. I said if you know that hearts are 5-2.
But I don't.
Yeah, but the fact isn't because he chose to lead it. It just means that he had a 5-card suit to lead, and so having a 5-card suit doesn't make him that much more or less likely to have any number of spades. He might be a slight favorite,
Yeah.
but not nearly as much as one might think.
Right. My point is that going for the drop 8% and finessing is 48. So it's very, very close. I mean, all things being equal. And
Absolutely.
now that we know one hand has more cards in one suit than the other, it's about maybe 50-50 now. Here, vacant spaces. If we knew that hearts were 5-2, if we did, then south would have 11 vacant spaces where the queen of spades could be, whereas north would only have 8 vacant spaces. That was a very good switch even. And the country will likely go 2 down now. Part that's when he switches to a club.
So yeah, very nice defense here by north-south. The club lead on the opening go could have guaranteed the set, but that's unreasonable to expect.
The spectator tells me, if you know hearts are 5-2, the finesse is about 57%, disregarding the 4-0 break.
So if he had gotten the spades right, it would have been a pickup for the U.S. as it was 7 imps the other way. Looks like slam possibilities on this hand. Not a great slam, but not terrible. You just have to play the hearts for no losers and have the diamonds for only one loser.
Now CK tells me that he asked Suplay about how to tackle spades. Know that hearts are 5-2. If the suit is 5-2, then it's 6% even for the finesse. If 4-3, 59%.
It looks like Grew passed the south hand in second seat. That's kind of hard to believe.
But they don't play precision now. They play standard to a 1. But even then, I would have expected
I
to
think
open.
my grandmother would have opened this hand.
Yes, she would have count 10 high card points. Also count distributional points for the voids and spades, where most other only count distribution when they have found a fit. So she would have on that hand.
I think it's silly to put vision before you know whether you have a fit or not.
Oh
I
yes,
really do.
for sure. Roland, about David's grandmother. Sorry, Adam.
No problem.
So with the Queen of Hearts falling here, this should be pretty trivial to take 12 tricks.
It is
So
true, Al mentioned it. If it had been Steve Robinson, he would have opened one heart with a south hand. He was. What if? What is one heart, of course. I play 5-card majors, and he was serious about it.
So it looks like East-West here are off the top 3 hearts, but they can make all the rest of the tricks and make 4 hearts.
Tough to bid.
It's a pretty good contract. You just need the trumps 3-2 and the finesse going through the opening bidder.
But if Pardo doesn't super accept Adam, you're going to pass 2 hearts, aren't you? If you
Absolutely,
transfer
it's
2 hearts.
hard to imagine getting there. So I would guess that the result in the other room will be duplicated here. Three-no trump is actually a better contract than four hearts. You don't even need the hearts to split. You just have 9 tricks when the diamond finesse works.
Now they're getting there. He upgraded.
Look at that.
Yeah, well, he has 3 tens.
Well, good for them.
See? Simps. Now in the women's match, you know, and Wells led the 7 of hearts. They led the 2 of hearts, and they lead 3rd, 5th, also against no club. And Declarer made the contract when he took, or rather she, took the spade finesse. There she knew that hearts were 5-2. 5-2.
So it doesn't seem to be too much to this contract. It's just going to draw trumps.
Well, in the Venice Cup, England up by 61 now.
A little surprising, because in the round robin, the Swedish ladies was playing so well.
That's a strong Swedish team, too.
This is amazing. Sweden was in the quarterfinal with all 3 teams. I'm really impressed by that.
Sweden was the only nation with teams in all 3 categories. It was, of course, a major upset for USA not to have a team in the women.
Yeah, we were certainly disappointed that neither of our women's teams made it to the knockouts.
And Sweden was the only team from Scandinavia to join to go to Lyon. We have about 10 players in the fun bridge teams, and we have one player in the youth championship. The one room, let's see if North will pass or give partner a chance. It would be a bad chance because there are two hard losers and two club losers.
It's a pretty hand not to give partner a bump when he comes in red.
Now Declara took 10 tricks in the other room, but wasn't the best defense. Still, I have to be a little careful on defense against 4.
Yeah, I mean, the ace of hearts looks like the normal lead, and that'll be a good start for Declare setting up a heart trick for a diamond discard.
I can tell you the play and then shifted to a club, while Declare took the king of clubs, then the queen of hearts, discarding. Then he played S-king of spades, S of diamond, king of diamond, and off the diamond, spades jack, and discarded his last club on the 13th diamond.
Yeah, but it would take shift now to hold it to 9 tricks. Now Declara can do the same in this room.
He still has to guess the
Yes, but maybe not difficult after West opening.
but it has to be done. And in this position, we shift to a small club with King Jack dummy from the S than from the Queen.
Well, if that is the case, you should do it every time you have the Queen.
Yes, but that could cost if the player has the S and could finish Queen of Clubs both. Now he's home in 9, so only a player.
He claimed 9 tricks. Next sport, he said. He couldn't be bothered.
Yeah, this, I mean, a long match, but it rates to be a close one. I think I would play the hand out.
How good is 3 now? Can you make 3 now on a diamond beat?
You can't take 9 tricks. 8 tricks. What did East lead in the other room? It was played by North.
Small diamond, 38.
Oh, I see. 4's best diamond, and the 8 took the first trick.
Well, that's one way to do it.
What? But why did West not play the 10? What did he need the 10 for?
Ask him all that. I can't tell you.
Then it's still down. But now, of course, it's goodbye to 3 no trumps, because East was able to double 2 diamonds for the lead. So this looks like a vulnerable game swing for USA. 3 no won't make, 5 clubs won't make.
North also, in the closed room also 2 diamond by North, double by East. And still West didn't help his partner with a 10.
Well, my grandmother would have gotten that one right too. She knows third hand high.
It could be a slip of the hand and not slip of the mind.
So they did well here to stop in 3 clubs.
Yes, only to lose 10 imps. Yes, but you're right. They could have lost more.
They gained 2 imps. They would have lost 13, will lose 11.
Well, that's a tough feeling. You're patting yourself on the back for staying out of the bad game, and your teammates are minus 660.
They should have gained 6 or 7 imps instead of losing 11.
France may not have tomorrow free. No one is going to concede after 3 segments of 6 in a Bermuda boat semi-final.
No, especially at country's time there, they're going to play. So this hand doesn't look particularly interesting. 3-no trump should make pretty easily.
Call your grandmother. I'm sure she will make it.
I don't know, she would struggle. She doesn't have an 8-card suit, 8-card fit to go after. She'd sit there trying to figure out what
Play it on a club lead. Well, I don't have 9 tricks.
So it looks like a puppetish kind of stamen, 3 clubs asking for a 5-card major, and 3 diamonds says I don't have one, and 3 spades showing 4 hearts, and so I'll get to 3-no trump.
Hey, well, get a club lead. I got a passive diamond.
So the diamond lead brings declare up to 2 diamonds, 2 clubs, and 2 spades is 6, and he'll knock out the ace of hearts to get him up to 8, and then he just needs something good to happen. And on this hand, everything good happens, basically. But the spade finesse works. The hearts are 3-3. The king of diamonds falls in 3 rounds.
Yes, I'm told that something really went wrong to let 3-no trumps make on 29. Yes, we said that a couple of times. East led the 7 of diamonds, and West did not put in the 10.
So I'd imagine he'll be knocking out the ace of hearts.
I'm asked if there's a playoff for the bronze medal, and I believe there is. unless they change the rules.
Yeah, it's usually a shorter match, just one day.
Yeah, it could be 48 balls, but they play 2.5 days in the finals. Bermuda Bowl only. Women and seniors only 2 days, 96 balls.
But I don't think 96 is enough to determine a Bermuda Bowl champion.
In gas, their third pair, the mixed pair, only played 7 out of 21 matches. They have the best butler, but have probably played against the weakest nations. But all 3 pairs that are 2 club overcall for you, Adam and Roland.
Yeah, I don't mind it over a strong club.
Favorable? Sure. Get in.
Generally, bidding over the strong club doesn't do as much damage as people seem to think it does, but you get the auction up a level, it's not going to help the opponents. And if your partner can raise, as he can here, that's going to put them under some real pressure. The initial bid over precision is usually not the killing one. It's when partner can raise. That's why I really like to make natural bids, so that when partner has a fit, he can jack the auction up.
See, this is the problem for North, that he has to bid one of his suits at the 3 level.
South's pat denied values. I don't know exactly their agreement, but it showed less than 8 points for sure.
And now Bulgaria will go minus at those tables.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine making 3 spades on this layout.
Especially with no entries on the south hand.
Yep. Three diamonds would have played a little better since they actually have a fit there.
Wow! A nice help for the Claire. Killing the odds in the south hand. Now I think it's only down one.
Not an
And the club would have been down 2-3.
not an unreasonable lead, but it certainly did not work out very well here. Good general strategy in these types of situations is set that side suit up first. When you have do that before drawing trumps.
But he could still be down 2. Yes, that's his best move. And that will work.
And now all roads lead to down 1.
Another reason that you ruin the relay auctions.
Okay, last board of the set here. Looks like a very good result in the other room for Grew and Moss. Five diamonds doubled, making 6.
Yep.
Hang on side.
Well, the King of Diamonds was off, apparently. But he got diamonds right as well, apparently.
On the opening lead, no less.
Yeah,
Opening
also
lead
he-
was a diamond.
So 2 spades, I think, shows spades and a minor.
correct. East opened 1 heart in the third seat. Next door, diamonds 2 hearts, 2 spades by Moss, diamond tolerance also obviously. And he bid 5 diamonds. They won 4 hearts, and he bid 5 diamonds, and West doubled. So we have 2 big leads. One in the Bermuda Bowl, France up by seconds. England ladies up by 63 against Sweden. Quite a comeback by Poland. They lost heavily in the first set, but what a comeback. Now they're leading by 1.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance that North-South won't find their diamonds here. It looks like 4 hearts is going to go down.
No, I don't think they can get to diamonds. South will think partner has spades and clubs.
Åland just owned by 19 after the first segment.
Oh right, they had text commentators at the moment. Peter and Adam, pleasure.
Thank you, guys.
Wow. Now what will this be? To USA maybe? And we have a very close.
Quite a stop for East-West.
Yep.
I mean, if either of the finesses is on.